My name is Kenny Mellon, and today I'm going to be playing two songs by Robert Schumann.
Hello, I'm Stefanie Yeung, Associate Director of the Nelly Berman School of Music. Our school's wonderful sense of community could not exist without our talented student musicians. Over the next few days, we will be presenting some of our special students and their helpful parents in a series of short interviews. Today, I'm pleased to be interviewing Kenny and his mom, Kia Mellon. Kenny is a clarinet student at the Nelly Berman School of Music who studies with Joe Dvorak. Many of our students have made tremendous progress during our in-person and online lessons over the past few months, and the featured student and their parent will be sharing some of their tips for practicing at home and staying motivated. Hi, Kia and Kenny. Thank you for joining me today. Kia, Joe has been really impressed with Kenny's progress, and he's cited your encouragement of Kenny's music studies as a big reason why he has improved so quickly. Did you play a musical instrument when you were young?
So I played oboe throughout high school, and then I did not continue it into college, but I did play oboe both in band, orchestra, and small ensembles throughout high school.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you take formal lessons in high school?
I did, so I took lessons actually throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school through the teachers at the school that I was at as well. And then I did not have the opportunity to perform in any outside orchestras or ensembles, but the high school I went to had small group ensembles and orchestra and everything, so I participated there.
That's really cool. So did that kind of inform your decision to have Kenny start taking music lessons?
It did. I think that it playing music really just enabled me to meet a different group of people and expand my friend group and really have those experiences, which I don't think I would have had outside of that, as well as just that discipline of trying to stay on topic and that on task and that persistence that you have to have with playing an instrument and practicing.
Definitely. So Kenny, you've been studying at the school now for a while. You actually auditioned for, I think, the scholarship auditions for your first time the last time, and that was a really big step in your musical studies. When did you start playing the clarinet, and what motivated you to get more serious about it?
I started playing the clarinet in fourth grade, and I really wanted to be able to play better and harder music.
It's great. And do you feel that seriously practicing on the clarinet has made you better at other activities that you do, maybe in school or other extracurriculars?
Yeah, I think it makes me better at solving problems because often you have to try over and over to get the music the way you want it.
That's very true. I think it does definitely teach persistence, like Kia said. Kia, have you noticed Kenny applying the mentality or skills learned from music to other parts of his life?
Yeah, sometimes we definitely see it. Not all the time, of course, because but I definitely see him applying it. Sometimes to schoolwork. He definitely applies it to, let's say, to his video game playing. There's persistence and making sure he can get things. He'll try things over and over again. But on a more serious note, to like math and other problems at school, and just really trying to get it right. That little bit of perfectionist when he's really interested in something.
That's great. So Kia and Kenny, I think you'd agree that music is a really difficult art that requires a lot of discipline to learn well. Do you guys have any tips that you can share on how to practice better at home?
Um, I guess you just have to keep on trying until you get it.
Yes, that's one of the things I think Kenny's learned over the last year, that Joe's really helped him with, is sort of breaking up the music into small pieces and then practicing it over and over again, slowing it down, trying different rhythms. So all those things, really, that persistence and just trying over and over again and trying not to get frustrated, even though it definitely happens, it is important.
I completely agree with that. I'm a pianist myself, and I still remember when I started studying with a different teacher in middle school, he broke down all the music into four measure bits, and I would just have to drill certain bits over and over again. And it was dull at first, but then it made me a much better musician for sure. Um, so Kia, in your experience, what motivates Kenny and your children to get better?
I think that he really enjoys playing in larger groups. So he really enjoys band and orchestra, and playing even with friends and being able to play that music. So I think that he realizes that the practice and doing, doing all the practice helps him be able to play pieces that he wants to play with other people and then hear that music all come together with all the different instruments.
It's really cool. So Kenny, you get to play in groups at school as well.
Yeah,
And do you
I
feel
do jazz. I do jazz band, orchestra, and just a regular band.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you do jazz. Has that been a new kind of avenue for you with all the different rhythms and everything?
Yeah, I just started this year.
Cool. Um, so I've heard from a few teachers at the school that one of the unexpected benefits of online music lessons is that parents get to see exactly what their kids are learning. Kia, have you enjoyed watching Kenny's lessons and seeing what he's been working on?
Yeah, so it's been really good. I think there are definitely challenges with the Zoom lessons, but I think there definitely are some benefits, as well. I actually, with Kenny, since he started at Nelly Berman, I've actually sat in with almost all of his lessons, so it hasn't been that much of a change for us. Um, you know, Although I do like, being able to actually, sometimes we record pieces while during lesson because the Zoom sound quality is not good, and then Joe can review them later and give us feedback. So that's been really nice too, to have that additional support from him as well.
Definitely. And it's also really cool because I didn't know that you had this oboe background before we started this interview. I feel like that's probably also really informed the way that you help Kenny out in his practice and with his music.
Yeah, so I actually played clarinet, until I think I switched over to oboe in about sixth grade. Is when I switched to oboe. So I played clarinet for the first couple of years as well, third, fourth, and fifth, and then I switched to oboe after that. And it's just interesting because it's a woodwind instrument, but it's neat to see him enjoy the clarinet so much.
hmm Kenny, have you ever wanted to try out the oboe?
Oh, no, I don't want to do double reeds.
That's fair. So Kenny, what are some of the most helpful things that you've learned from Joe about how to practice effectively at home?
A lot you just have to break it down and try over and over until you get it right.
Sounds good. So Kia and Kenny, right now, as you know, we're facing a lot of uncertainty with the coronavirus. How has music helped you guys during this time, and how do you think it can be helpful for others?
Um, Practicing gives you something to do when you're bored, and also it it's nice to listen to music sometimes.
That's true. I've heard from other people who have outdoor hobbies as well, like swimming, that music has been really nice that they have it during this time because it's something you can do at home. Do you have other hobbies that you did before the virus?
We did a lot of camping and hiking,
Have you
and
guys?
I think we still do go on a few hikes now and then.
That's great to hear. Yeah. So I guess that kind of leads well into the next question, which is outside of music, what activities does your family like to do together?
Yeah, so I think we love to do outdoor activities. So going kayaking, canoeing, hiking, camping, all of that. Luckily, we've still been able to get out and go hiking. We've been able to go out and do some biking, things like that. But it's different because we're not doing it with large groups of people. We're not enjoying that with groups. And then the other challenge is that you know, looking towards the summer, always, of course, wondering about the rentals in the woods, whether or not we're going to be able to go do that as well. But yeah, we love to do all those outdoor activities as a family, and luckily, a lot of that we can still do because we can just do it socially distanced.
That's true, yeah. That's great to hear. Well, Kia and Kenny, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I really enjoyed learning more about the two of you, about how both of you are actually wind players, and more about how Joe has really helped you guys along. And yeah, I'll see you guys again, hopefully in a few months, a few weeks, back at the school.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.